build a house and I don't use like framework, if I just don't have like any kind of studs, any kind of walls, any kind of, I just throw sheetrock up and that's my house. I built it without framework. And oh, cool! It's a great house you got there, pal. You know who's gonna live in there? Nobody. Everyone dies in that house.
Oh, hello, Rob White here for Who the F is Rob White, a YouTube series where we tattoo and interview stand-up comics at the same time. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below.
Right. Now we're rolling, right? Yes, we are. So before I do anything, just wanted to say on video, because people that tattoo, they're going to be like, oh, he uses the rotary machines. And I hate rotary machines. I really absolutely do. I would normally use a coil machine, and it's very, yeah, nice and loud, and it's good and it's fun. But see, the problem is that you can't use a damn coil machine on this because the sound is going to be all like loud and everyone's going to hate it. So, yes, I'm using a rotary machine. Got that out of the way. Do we even introduce our
do you want to record?
Hi, I'm Rob White, and
Rob Show.
This is our podcast, whatever you want to call it. We're still working it all out. This is my guest on the show and customer today.
Do you have a name for the?
I might just call it the Black
Rob's
Duck.
Corner. The Black Duck?
Just because that's the name of the shop. It's an interesting
Okay.
name. That's the name of the shop. It sounds right. The Black Duck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to call it like, Fat Rob's Tatcast or something, right? Tatcast! Oh, I hate that.
Because we were talking.
Tats a blasting with
I was
Rob
talking
White.
before. I was like, we won't shoot it like Miami Ink and make you look like a queef. So it's like,
Queef is my favorite word to use constantly too much.
queef.
Yeah,
It's fun. I use
love
it too. Well, that was from when we were kids.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the only words we still can use from when we were kids. Because like a lot
It
of
was
the
like
words now are
queef,
just,
retard.
Can't use retard anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still every once in a while, don't you?
Yeah, you know what you do? You do, because here's the thing, like you would never call somebody
I've never called someone mentally
challenged.
Yeah, no, never.
You'd never call them that.
Call my cat retarded.
You know, but like I got a buddy that would drink like 5 4 Locos and think it was okay to ride his lawnmower across the road or some dumb shit.
That's pretty retarded.
Yeah, and that's like, well, yeah, you might be retarded. Oh, look at this silent thing.
That's
Joe,
nice.
this is Joe. You're Joe Winchell.
Yeah, I am.
And
I'm
does
Joe
anybody
Winchell.
even know that?
Yeah, I'm. This is.
Famous Joe Winchell.
I'm not famous.
He is. He has the Millennial Stoner podcast.
I just did an interview with Don Sill today about it.
You did, Don Sill.
Yeah, shout out Don Sill.
And we are going to do Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, doing Krusty. I've always wanted.
On there. Stencils in.
Stencil looks good. Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
How long have you had this shop for?
We have been tattooing here for 5 years.
You've had this location for 5 years?
In April, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Why is it called Black Duck?
The Black Duck. The Black Duck is, it was named after a boat. It was named after a rum running boat. So what happened during Prohibition was, in Prohibition era, if you had a boat, you could go out to international waters and you could, whatchamacallit, you could get liquor. But those guys always got arrested. So the guys in the Black Duck basically went ahead and got a crazy fast-moving boat that they armor-plated, bulletproof, the whole 9 yards, and went out there like a bunch of fucking pirates, and they got their liquor. And I always thought that was kind of cool. I feel like that was kind of what you want to call it? Sort of like being modern-day pirates, I guess, right?
This is privateers. You didn't want to put like a plaque out front that like had that inscription on it.
I have the whole thing explained on the thing. You didn't even look.
Explain on the what thing?
On the front wall, this whole plaque explaining that.
No, I didn't know that. See,
yeah. Jeez.
I didn't look at it. You're absolutely right. Edit this out. More because I know it sounds like Sigmund Freud right now, but like.
Oh no!
You find compelled to talk differently or more?
I feel like
some people change when you flip on a microphone. It's really weird.
Why the fuck is that?
Don't know. They put on like the presentational voice or whatever. It's very, very strange. Or some people just don't know what to say. Funniest guy in the world, funniest guy or girl or whatever in the world, and as soon as you try to put them on the spot, they have nothing.
Yeah, I think it's like a mental thing.
It's probably stage fright, stuff like that.
I don't even know. Like, I don't feel like. I don't know. I guess that is. Like, you don't feel like, everything's fine, and then you turn the camera on, and you're back on the Ron and Fez show.
Back to this. Talked about this on your first episode, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Do you have a picture of that on the wall?
The Sopranos tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to hear a funny story, go to Joe's podcast,
Especially if you're Anthony Cumia. Go to my podcast and listen to Rob's story.
Yeah, where I talk about doing this Sopranos tattoo live on the Ron and Fez show. It doesn't really go very well at all. It's actually
No, but that's what's so great about it, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You have to go do that's some backlog stuff. We were talking about Ron and Fez on Don Sill today because he was asking, what do you prefer?
Oh, he asked me that too. What do you say?
What'd you say?
Well, he asked Ron or Fez.
No, he asked, you prefer old Stern or old O&A? And I was like, I started listening to O&A before I listened to Stern, really.
He asked me, prefer Opie or Anthony, and I said Anthony, but truth be told, Anthony actually, that bastard, he's the one who has given me the most fucking grief of anybody ever as far as my tattoo on the Ron and Fez show. Again, this is all stuff that doesn't make any sense until you actually see the video where I explain what happened on that show. I probably shouldn't be doing a tattoo and talk about a horrible tattoo experience. It's the worst thing ever. Hey, you want to do good? Let's talk about something that happened that was terrible. Ugh.
Yeah, that's got to be good for your business.
Yeah, it's this will be smart. We should definitely. You know what though? We're so crazy though. The shit that we wind up talking about in here half the time is insane. I had Hugh Murray on.
Hugh Murray's
a
comic. You can see governors and stuff.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And we were just talking about drugs, we weren't talking about drugs in a way of positive, oh, we should do drugs, but we were just talking about different types of drugs and having the conversation about just everything, crystal meth and fentanyl, we're just talking this wild talk, and I look over and there's a lady getting tattooed, and I'm like, we're comics, you're not. You don't understand that this is not necessarily how, you know what I mean?
Not how normal people talk.
It's no, it's totally fine. We talk like this all the time. We're able to talk like this, and I guess it's all set and setting, right? Which is literally how drugs kind of work too.
What, setting?
Yeah, you know what I mean? You have to be in a good setting to do certain types of drugs. When I talk about drugs too, for the people that
What do you mean you have to be?
watching-
No, go back. We have to be a good. What do you mean good setting?
Well, see, here's the thing. When I talk about drugs, I'm talking about good drugs as opposed to bad drugs.
Okay, so you're just talking about the good stuff, like
Yeah,
heroin.
no, God damn it, no. But here's the thing. There are two different types of drugs out there, and it pretty much goes like so. If you aren't sure if what you're about to do is a good drug or a bad drug, say the name of the drug and then say addict afterwards, right? and if you chuckle with the sound of what it sounds like, then it's probably a good, quote unquote, good drug, right? Because you say mushrooms addict. There's no mushrooms addict. Super Mario.
No, there's just people.
Super Mario's a mushrooms addict. That's about it. There's no oh, dude, my buddy, dude, he's fucking addicted to mushrooms. What is he, a wizard? Is he awesome? Does he just live in a bathrobe?
I don't know if you're addicted to mushrooms. You just kind of because I don't know if you can be addicted to it. I know people that microdose every day.
Yeah, no, of course, but you never hear the story of someone throwing their life away because
never that. It's never I lost my house, my wife, and kids because I wanted to see dragons.
That's just,
they were chasing a dragon.
not for nothing. If dragons, I'm not a big fan of them, but shit.
You're not a big fan of dragons?
I don't really like dragons. I feel like they're annoying.
Why do you feel like dragons?
They're breathing fire and
Concentrate
shit.
on this
Come
for
on.
a minute. You mean breathing? That's not an answer. Because they breathe fire?
It's impossible to breathe fire.
It's impossible.
Yeah, that's why I get
Dragons don't exist, Rob.
No, I know they don't exist. They're not real. I don't know why my brain can tolerate certain shit.
But you were critiquing the abilities of a fictional animal.
Okay, here's the thing. Certain things.
Dragons can do whatever they want. They're not real.
I can get behind certain fictional
Maybe they are.
creatures,
I don't
but
know.
other creatures I can't get behind.
Is there one besides a dragon that you can't get behiing? Or is it just because you've tattooed way too many dragons in your time that suck?
No, dragons are fun to tattoo, but the whole sci-fi thing, I don't know, for some reason, if it's certain amount of it I can tolerate, but other stuff I just get mad. I'm just no, that's just too far out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was totally fine. Okay.
So you're a sci-fi guy.
Yes and no.
Yes
We're
and no,
gonna go
okay.
on Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones,
Okay.
great show, right? I was cool
No.
with everything. What, you don't like Game of Thrones?
Not really.
What do you like about Game of Thrones?
It's just a lot of stuff about medieval banking that I don't give a shit about.
Medieval. All right, that's weird. Fucking Caldwell banker, medieval banking.
That's just.
It's so.
But go ahead. No, make your point. I've seen enough of Game of
No,
Thrones.
but I was fine with Game of Thrones. I could believe
There's dragons
that
in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and that's the part that get me so pissed off. What are they doing? What? What? Stop.
Medieval times. That's what dragons go hand in hand with that kind of knight shit. I don't know how much they do in
I
incest
don't know.
stuff,
I can believe in like certain things. Like, did we have giants? Like, we might have.
Giants. That's probably
we
true.
have Shaquille O'Neal. So I mean, why couldn't we have?
You know
giants,
about like
you know?
the like there was like red-haired giants or something, like the Apaches fought after them or some shit.
I've heard all that crazy stories over the years.
I think they found skeletons too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories about these giant mythical creatures, and they found skeletons. But you know what they never found skeletons of? Dragons. Ever.
That's my point. Like, I think the people that you're looking to upset know that dragons aren't real.
No, I don't think so. I think some people believe in dragons.
I'm gonna get a dragon tattoo next.
How about dragging my balls across your chin?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got to do a quick take a pause for the cause, and this episode is brought to you by Colgate. Colgate leaves your teeth shining white. This is Rob White, Tattooed Corner. Brought to you by the Ed Sullivan Show.
Brought to you, but my show is brought to you by another show.
Yeah, it's within the Ed Sullivan Show. I don't know. I was trying to do one of those old-timey ads.
No, that was perfect.
This is the Rob White Taco Bell Hour. Brought to you by Taco. You know what I mean? When they used to like, it was like the so-and-so hour. And it was always like Colgate or some sort of fucking...
Yeah, they always had,
like the whole show was sponsored by one.
Get your teeth minty fresh with Colgate. And you know, and the next commercial would be like smoking cigarettes and beating women.
9 out of
what I mean?
10 doctors prefer Lucky Strikes. They give you that good, smooth taste that helps your lungs breathe better.
It was always good, fun, you know.
I've always wanted one of those
drinking
ads
and-
back in the day. It was like 9 out of 10 doctors prefer Camel Lights or Camel cigarettes.
Camel cigarettes.
And it's like a doctor with like a cigarette, and he was just like talking to a pregnant woman, like, it's good. Like, yeah, right. That's how it was back then.
Ma'am, I'd like to talk to your husband about your medical information.
Ma'am, you're hysterical. Have a cigarette and one drink to cool off and drive yourself home.
Oh, yeah, they drove around and smoked.
Well, there weren't laws back
their
then.
wives.
The law was don't kill anybody and get away with it. That was the law back then.
Don't kill anybody and get away with it.
I was looking at old footage.
That's like the whole Kennedy family, like
If you
motto.
gotta kill somebody, get away with it.
Hi, I'm Ted Kennedy. You may remember me from that time when I drove my car off the pier in Chappaquiddick.
But nothing happened that night. It's crazy kids. Anyway, vote for me. That's the extent of my political humor on this show today. I have no idea.
Political humor.
How we doing over there?
Good. No, it's looking like
trust you.
crusty.
It's
Yeah.
not looking crusty, but it's looking like crusty.
I tell you what, though. I mean, for the tattoo people that may watch this, they're...
Hope they do. Oh, I got a friend. Somebody followed me that knows you.
Uh-oh. Like in life?
He's an older guy's tattooer.
He's an older guy and he's a tattooer.
Oh, maybe he was a priest. No, I'm kidding.
That's a weird...
There's an older priest.
And he
Said he knew you
followed-
from back in the day. No, I'll look at my phone later, but some guys, I think he followed the podcast or subscribed to the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
After the Rob White episode. I always do well after having someone like you on. You have like a weird community. I don't mean weird in a bad way, but
No, it's odd. It's
it's a
definitely
little odd
odd.
community, because as you said in the podcast, comedian community is pretty weird.
The comedian community... Oh, Jesus, wow. Try saying that one. The
Comedian community.
community is definitely weird. Like, what I always liked about the comedy community is like, well, now we don't have these 24-hour diners. We used to have 24-hour diners.
No,
right?
they don't exist anymore. Not even on Long Island. There's not one. There was one left, and they don't have them anymore.
And it was always like, if you went out on a Friday and Saturday night, late night to that diner, you'd always see like these weird tables of people, and you'd be like, what do they have in common? You know, you look at this group of people, and it'd be like, it'd be like a young, hip hop guy. There'd be like an older Vietnam veteran-looking character, some secretarial-looking woman, some young kid, and you're like, oh, none of these people get along. They're all different like groups. They don't look like they get along at all. And then if you went over and actually talked to them for a second, you'd realize what they were was either an AA meeting that had let out, because they're all different, groups of people in that, or stand-up comics.
Yeah, that would be the two things that get out around the same time: the basement of a church and the basement of a comedy club, technically.
And we all look like we don't belong together.
Sometimes there's shows right across the hall from each other, and there's an AA meeting over there and a comedy show over there.
Oh man, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Well, isn't that how you refer to as our Monday night mic? You're like, this is our little AA group.
Oh yeah, Comics Anonymous. That's what my wife started. I think Diana started calling it Comics Anonymous. Well, one of us did CA. Because you go there and you get to work out all your material for the week, all your your thoughts.
But you came up with a
ideas,
couple
what have
bits
you.
at that place that you use now. At that mic,
yeah, no,
your
that's
mammoth bit now.
The
That
woolly mammoth bit worked out really well from there. And weirdly enough, the day that I came up with the woolly mammoth bit, it started when I was in the chair. I was literally tattooing this guy.
tell me it was a
and
woolly mammoth.
We were just bullshitting, and we were just talking about, and we had a whole long ass conversation. That's why I was like, oh my god, I come up with decent material sometimes sitting in this chair.
So it's crazy where you come up with it sometimes, isn't it?
And then you have it, and you got to practice it out. So where better to do that than at an open mic,
Yeah, that's like I'm doing right now with our lovely story, my the story from Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
So it's not almost. It's almost there.
Yeah, when you almost got laid, but you couldn't seal the deal because the cops. Yeah.
They arrested her. Yes.
Yeah, Joe's
Listen
Joe's date
to
got arrested.
listen to the Bridget episode of my podcast to hear that full story. But we'll probably.
Did I have to listen to Bridget though? I only do that now because this comic.
You thought she hated you.
No, she told me she hates me.
She doesn't hate
She
you.
did. She came up to me and she
She came up to you and
came
said
up to
that
me
she.
at
What did she do?
Governor's, and she gave me a hug and she says, "I fucking hate your face." Why? She did.
She did not. Did she? She might have.
Then she spit in my ear. I don't know why.
As she whispered in your ear, she says, "I fucking hate you." And then she spits in your ear.
Yeah, she spit in my ear of all places. I don't
She
know.
smacked you and said, "Go in the corner." Like
She is like, I'm done with your chicanery. I was like, ooh, big words.
I hate you. I hate your fucking shorts that you wear.
No. She just came up and said hello, and I was like, hi. And then that was it.
Oh, you should have been like, I'm glad that you cleared up that you hate me on the podcast.
Yeah, I like how on your podcast it just immediately goes into like a conversation, and then it's halfway through the conversation, and you guys are talking shit about me. That was cute.
I wasn't talking shit.
Now I got you in the chair. What's up? You got beef?
Yes. Here's the list of stuff I brought that's wrong with you.
Move your arm again. Go ahead. Move it again.
Why?
Because it definitely doesn't make this harder.
Great. I'm glad we're shooting a
Yeah,
thing
no,
where I have to
you
talk
should
the whole
definitely
time.
just shake your fucking arm around. Jesus.
All right, I won't talk anymore.
No, I'm teasing with you. You're doing fine. If you were really giving me troubles, I would have stopped the camera and just dressed you down or something.
Has anybody ever just given you like a real, just moving nonstop?
Oh my God, the things people do is unbelievable. Unbelievable. One guy was moving so bad, like he was literally just moving the entire time as I'm tattooing his stomach, and he's just being like a. This is like the 90s, which is a little bit different time for tattooing. I feel like you can get away with crazier stuff.
I feel like you got away with. The 90s was a different
No,
time.
I shouldn't say 90s. I'm sorry. It was like early 2000s. And,
Okay. Hangover from the 90s.
And the guy was just being like a jerk, and he was just moving like. And then I was like, "You gotta stop moving." And he's just like, "Whatever." And I'm like, "No, you have to stop moving. I'm afraid I'm gonna accidentally tattoo my hand." He's like, "Just throw the ink wherever the fuck it goes. I don't care." And I was like, "Okay." And then later on, he was like, "You better not fuck this up." And I was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm going to."
Were you doing lettering on his stomach?
Yeah, I was right. Running with the devil.
I've
Running with the devil. That's what he wanted. I was like, okay, that's. What
Is that the worst thing that you ever like? What's
The worst thing?
No, not the worst thing. Like I know what the worst thing you tattooed is. Wow. I was saying the thing that just made you groan, but you did. You're like, ugh.
Oh,
Like I want no regrets on my neck or something like that.
On Miami Ink and those shows, this is what I love about like Ink Master and all that. They're just like, every tattoo is like a unique reflection of your personal inner feelings and all. And so we really, I'm just like, get a fucking eagle off the wall. All your innermost thoughts and being is terrible and stupid.
So you're not one of those people that's like every tattoo has a story.
Yeah, and most of them suck. Do you know what I mean? Like
That should be outside on a plaque. Every tattoo is a story. Most of them suck.
most
Welcome
of
to
them
the Black
are
Duck
stupid, like,
tattoo.
what? Yeah, I don't know if it's good for shop business. But as far as I go,
I don't think I like when tattoos have stories. When somebody like that's why I used to ask about them a lot, but because like there's been a few times where I'm like, oh, this is a really cool tattoo, and he'd be like, this one right here. So my grandfather came over from Ellis Island, and I'm like, I have to hear this whole fucking story. I was just like, dude, I just thought the Mickey Mouse was cool. Like that's it.
Right, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, here's the thing. Like, if you have
Well, the culture. Do you think the culture a little bit's been kind of like
Everyone wants to be
like,
a unique butterfly, and it's like, okay, you know, it doesn't have to be so friggin' unique. You're going to have a unique story, you know? Like, how do I explain it? You hear a song, right? A song comes on the radio, and everyone's like, "Oh, this particular song. This is a love song. It's a love song, right?" Well, it's only a love song if you're in love, okay? Because if your girl just broke up with you
it's
while
a
that was
hate
on,
song.
I don't care. You could be listening to some like old Celine Dion.
You're right. I'll give you a perfect example. This happened to me too. I remember I was like into a girl, and she kind of kind of said like no to me about it. I was like driving. And like this thing, crazy little thing called "Love" by Queen came on, and I was like, like I was so upset.
And now that is every time you hear it, you just feel like, oh, that's the song that girl.
That said, you know, that like on Christmas,
she made your life. See, that's the thing.
On Christmas, she did that to me.
You can't like this is a love song. Well, only if you're in love, right? Yeah. So, and it's the same thing with tattoos. People will be like, I got this tattoo because it's supposed to symbolize, you know, all my children and my love for my wife, and you know, and all the families forever, and I love family, and blah blah. And if you go home, if you went home that night, and you know, after getting that tattoo, like, I mean. Sorry, not home that night. If you got that tattoo and then, you know, walked outside and saw, like, I don't know, a busload full of third graders just it rolls over and just lights on fire. Some horrific thing, right? Some horrific thing after you got this wonderful tribute to your family. Well, that tattoo from now on is a busload of kindergartners in flames. That's what you're gonna see. You're not gonna be like, oh, this is family forever. It's like the carnage. I couldn't believe I didn't think that would happen. Melting backpacks to small toddlers. They're getting younger as the story goes on.
Melting backpack.
just like some kid crawling like with a melting Dora the Explorer backpack. Looks like a turtle that got run over but didn't die yet. And he's just crawling away from the school bus. It's in flames. In other news tonight. Local bus.
Don't do it yet. I'm still laughing. I'm gonna move.
Men's tattoo tribute is ruined. Like, you know, it's like, so.
Oh fuck! No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Oh no! But that tattoo was for my grandma. Well, now it's not.
This is gonna take 4 hours.
Stop. Just go in, get a fucking eagle, walk outside. Hopefully your girl doesn't like cheat on you with the mailman. You know what I mean? Hopefully a good day happens and you can look at that tattoo and go, yeah, I'm glad I got that. Yeah, 1998 was a good year, you know?
I'll keep getting tattoos so I can come back and do this.
It's just stupid. This is what happened.
You broke Chris. That's why I said it's a good sign.
Yeah. Chris, our producer, is laughing in the other room.
Your wife's trying to silent laugh right now.
And yeah, we just have them. But this is what happens every day.
And then
other people will, that could be,
because you should put more of your own self in your shit.
I try to, but then, you know, it's...
Because that's simple. It's like every tattoo's got to have a story. No, it doesn't. Just get an eagle and shut the fuck up.
Just get an eagle. And you know what it is? Here's the thing. Like, people were doing that forever and ever. It doesn't have to be an eagle. Listen, get whatever. But, like, you come in and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get what people get because I know it's good, right?
Yeah.
You go into people always think like, oh, but I made it myself and it's all creative and shit. Like you can go into a restaurant and be like, you know what, I need to get like a peanut butter and NyQuil sandwich. Is that gonna be good? Like, I don't know. It might be fucking great. It might cause you to black.
Might be awful.
Like, drive your car into the creek. I don't know. You know what I would suggest though? I would suggest look at the fucking menu. Pick something off the menu. Pick it off the menu. Because when you make up your own shit sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, why?
Well, see, I was always like, don't pick anything off the wall. That's what posers or whatever the fuck do.
Why do you pick every single thing off the wall in life, though? Okay, think about it. Like,
fair.
You didn't go and design your clothing this morning. You didn't wake up and get a loom out and start weaving together an outfit. No, you don't go and design your car with a bunch of crayons and bring it to the dealership and be like, hello, I'd like this. No, everything we pick out is stuff from people that will professionally design it, right? But then when it comes to tattoos, people are like, yeah, I made this drawing, and I'm like, that looks like dog's dick. I mean, literally. Do you want that on you? Like, I love it. It's great. I'm like, it's great. It doesn't have any. But it's like you could have a great idea. Ideas.
It's like someone comes in with like some shitty drawing and they're just like, this is what I want on me, and you're like, that is wonderful. $200. Go ahead.
But I mean, okay, sometimes you can take a design and you're like, all right, whatever. You want something that's, Jesus eating Oreo cookies or some shit, like whatever. I'll do it up, whatever.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna get next.
But here's the thing, like I'll just make it the correct version or way.
So
of doing it.
you touch it up.
Well, you just
make it look better.
Tattoos have to be done in a way that it's like anything else, right? Like, okay, people are like, well, it's art. Art could be anything. Art can be anything. I've seen an elephant paint a painting with his own shit. Does that mean, are you going to hang it in your house? Are you going to hang that in your house? It's art. Well, it's not really art. Oh, okay. It's not the kind of art I like. Okay, so that's the problem, right? So art is subjective, sure, but there are certain things that are fundamentally you have to do in any kind of thing. Like architecture is an art form, right? Sure. But if I just build a house and I don't use like framework, if I just don't have like any kind of studs, any kind of walls, any kind of, I just throw sheetrock up and like,
yeah.
Oh, this is like a great house, just a pile of a house. That's my house. I built it without framework. Oh, cool. It's a great house you got there, pal. You know who's gonna live in there? Nobody. Everyone dies in that house. You know what I mean? Like that. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you can do a tattoo of anything. You can be like, look, I want Krusty the Clown. Was Krusty the Clown on the wall? No, he wasn't. But I can make him in a good, solid, line work, shading, make him look like a tattoo. But then you turn around and you get somebody that comes in and they're like, yeah, but I don't want to have an outline, and I want it to be in all shades of yellow, and then afterwards I'm going to go out in the sun. I'm going to the Barbados. I'm going to bake my tattoo. Do you think that's going to look good? I'm like, no.
Yeah, actually, when we were going to shoot this, they were like, originally, it's like I was going on vacation to like Florida and shit, and they were like, should we do it the week before? And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not going to go get drunk and have a fucking tattoo of a clown on my side that's going to get infected.
We got shirts, hoodies, and hats. Go to Rotgut.shop for our website. That's Rotgut.shop, and use promo code Stoner for 10% off everything in the store. Okay.
I feel like if you don't like Elton John, you're a homophobe. You know what I mean?
Is that what you...
I feel like that's right.
Like if you don't like Elton, I mean,
like if you don't like Elton John, then you're probably also a racist. You probably, no.
You're just like, I don't care for the way he plays his piano. You can't be like that.
I don't like how he tickles the ivories, if you ask me. I love when old people would say homophobic things, but like they would never say it, Do you ever like an old grandmother talk like that? My grandmother would talk like that.
You're doing the thing my husband did when he would go out and get drunk. I straightened him out, though. Stopped hanging out with his sailor friends down by the port.
That guy Stan, he's a very nice man.
They like to, quote-unquote, gargle seawater, I heard they called it.
He was a little light in the loafers, if you ask me.
Light in the loafers is one I always hear.
Light in the loafers? Like, what the fuck was he doing, Grandma? Was he doing ballet?
So what is that? Yeah, it's like...
Sucking dicks, it's way different. Is that what they call it? When I was growing up, Dick was a very nice name for a gentleman.
But
we never referred to that as a dick. No, tattooing used to be a little bit more wild, I would think.
What do you mean wild?
You could just say crazier shit. Like, I used to be able to throw people out of the shop, like physically, like pick people up and be like, you have to go, and you could physically throw them out.
Okay.
Like, have you ever thrown someone out of a pool? Yeah, you.
Yeah, I've bartended. I've had to.
So yeah,
like, yeah.
But that's acceptable there. It's not acceptable in like almost any job, and not in tattooing anymore. You definitely can't throw people out in tattooing. But
is there any other jobs where you can like toss people out, like Mr.
You
Potter?
used to be able to do it in this job.
Out the windows with your pixies, like that,
Get out.
Like by the ass of their pants. I don't know. Bartending's probably the only one where you can still do that. You can definitely still kick people out of a bar.
Yeah,
but I don't think you can. Like, you can't toss somebody out of the like physically toss somebody out of like the post office. I guess.
I mean,
they're removed, but not like the way you're talking
about. Like, no, I mean, I remember back in the day, like people would just come in and forget where they were and think that oh, I can just talk however I want to whoever, and it'd be like, not in a tattoo shop. We're not normal, and then they would say the wrong thing, and you tell them where they could go, and then you show them how the door works, and that was it.
You showed them how to, what's the line?
Hey, the door swings like this, it goes fucking out, and so do you, and that's it to watch.
But like that's how it used to be. They used to get like a younger actor, like they would play like the younger, like it was Indiana Jones, the Last Crusade. They got River Phoenix plays young Indiana Jones in the beginning of that movie.
What?
River Phoenix plays young Indiana Jones in the beginning of Last Crusade.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. It's
No, for a minute there, I thought you were wrong and you meant to say Joaquin Phoenix. But
No,
I'm
it's
like,
River
it was
Phoenix.
River Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, the drugs and the overdosing outside the Viper
outside
room?
the Viper room. Just fucking Johnny Depp was just murdering everybody that was in his way.
You think it's Johnny Depp that did that?
Johnny Depp
Just like he's
ran
just
the Viper.
Johnny Depp is taking out all his competition so
like-
that you can be the only Johnny Depp.
Someday I'm gonna be a pirate.
He is just that guy though, apparently.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, like that's he's kind of just like
If I ever do gay porn,
you want to do with Johnny Depp.
no, my name's gonna be Johnny Depp.
How about Johnny Deep?
Johnny Deep. But the word depth just sounds
Johnny Depp,
so
like I'm gonna
much-
hit depth.
I feel like something bottomed out on my asshole when I say the word depth. You know?
And starring Johnny Depp. I always find it funny that you'd see porn stars with like parody names like that, like of celebrities, but they would never look like the celebrity. Like,
Dude, one of the best porn names. Okay, and this is real. You could check this out.
okay,
Okay, you know the Smothers Brothers? The old
Yeah,
comic
yeah.
Brothers Smothers. Okay, yeah, their one kid is Dick Smothers. That's his name. His name is Dickie Smothers, right? So his fucking porn name is Dick Smothers. That's crazy.
is that them being like I'm like too into comedy? Like I'm gonna also like name my kid something that's gonna be funny.
Well, I don't know if they their last name is Smothers though. I don't think it is. Is it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not well versed enough in the history of the Smothers Brothers to know if it's a stage name or
Yeah,
not.
I don't know if we could have like,
Look it up, Chris.
Chris is on the Chris. You don't have that.
I know this
job.
isn't my show, but look this up.
Comedy is a wacky ass business. You know what? I hate it and love it, but it's like you have no idea like how to do it. You know?
No, you just
How to
gotta
get
kind of
through it.
figure it out for yourself, and it takes a while. From
Like
what
tattooing is one of these things where I've done this since I was a kid. You know, I got into it because my dad had me doing it in the shop. Like, hey, all right. Here's how you build a machine. Here's how you color things. Here's how you draw. Here's how you make needles. All that kind of stuff. And slowly built myself up to the point where it's like, okay, now we're gonna do a little tattoo, and another little one, and you just kind of work it from there. Where comedy is almost like, okay, do you want to do comedy? Like, I like to do comedy. Like,
Yeah.
okay, here, go.
Yeah, you just go do it.
Go now.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you mean go? Like, go where? Like, write all your own material, perform it, do it all by yourself. Make it happen. How do I become a real comic? Like, nobody knows.
You just do it. Eventually, like you're just gonna turn around at one point and realize that I did it. But even then, you're like, I could. It's I don't know, it's very strange, but it's great.
It's so much fun. It's so entertaining. I don't know what to.
It's one of the funnest, best. I mean, if you're in it and you love it, it's the best.
Did we talk about this on the show?
What?
On your show?
What's that?
Just your goal, like your dream of like, what's your?
Yeah, I told you. I just want. I'd like to get passed at a club that matters.
Right.
And like I'd like my show to be on like a network, like a Gas Digital or like a Sirius XM network.
Gas Digital?
Gas Digital is like you watch like Legion of Skanks or anything like that?
I never watched it, but I've heard it before.
So, like,
But
that's-
I've watched it on. What do they watch it on?
Probably YouTube.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
So
Pretty much everything's YouTube.
they release it first on something called Gas Digital, which is like its own podcast thing. You can watch it uncensored on there.
That's kind of cool. I'll have to check this
It's
out.
really cool. It's I think Louis J. Gomez runs that. It wasn't a bat, it was a pangolin, and it happened in Denmark.
Denmark. What are people from Denmark called?
Swedes? No.
Oh,
What's that? Danes.
Denny's?
No, Danes.
I like Denny's.
That's
though.
where Hamlet takes place.
In
He's the
Denmark?
Prince of Denmark. Yeah.
I did not know that.
You uncultured swine. Now you know
I
something.
did not know that. Listen, a lot of people don't know at home that
So I got a clown tattooed in my arm.
Mr. Joe Winchell over here was an actual Shakespearean trained actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can do Othello and all the other,
Are
stuff.
the other black parts that white people played?
Black parts what people play? What
Yeah, they did.
do you mean?
That's what
Othello's.
that was about the Moor.
Oh,
It's about the whole point of
whitewashing, I guess. Yeah, because they were like, they can't let him be really Moorish, so they
What?
they make white people play it. No,
Yeah, no, it's right. No,
They
white
make-
people played. What's his name?
Yeah.
Laurence Olivier played Othello in the movie, like back in the '60s.
They got like the whitest people too. They were like.
But they also
really,
it was all men too, because women parts were played by men.
Well, they should be. Yeah, we're getting back to that again. We're doing like, no, we're making.
Women parts should be played by men. I'm
that's
just
why
saying.
they're like, hey, that's why we, we're like, hey, you, like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying.
Willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly gotcha, huh?
It's just like, you always, like, I've said this before on the podcast, you have your vocabulary is like, you're like a game show host from like 1960 to 1975. Because you're
Did I die?
Yeah, like this is, like, I'm convinced that Diana married a ghost. Like, I love your stick. It's just
I love silly ass.
Hey, let me tell you, it's like, yeah, you wouldn't keeping her legs closed, haha, like. Boom! Anyway, Colgate brings the Rob White Show.
We'll be back after this short break.
Brought to you by Buc-ee Beaver New Itana Toothpaste.
Buc-ee Beaver. That was so quick. Where'd you steal that from? Where was that from?
Buc-ee Beaver.
What's Buc-ee Beaver?
I don't know. It's just funny. Oh, you know why though? I went to Buc-ee's, the truck stop recently.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it's probably fresh in my mind.
It's blowing dudes there. What are you doing? It's the truck stop.
No, just Wristies. But
Wristies.
No, I drove up from.
Wristies sounds like a great leg.
You never heard of Wristies?
Come on, get yourself a Wristie. Wristies are great.
You ever heard of Wristie before?
I would say Handy J.
I use
orange fashioned.
No, it's like you got a side job. Yeah, I give Wristies in the bathroom.
Oh, that's something right there. So you're there down at the old Buc-ee the Beaver, and you're.
You ever been to Buc-ee's before?
I did a Buc-ee's tattoo. I did a little tattoo of the beaver. Yeah.
On who? Anybody I know?
No.
All right, good. I don't have to beat them up now.
No, I'm trying to remember who I did this on. Oh, why can't I remember?
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's stuff?
No.
It's like one of the world's most famous truck stop. It's like I guess it's like the equivalent of like Wawa or like a Sheetz, but like more of like a supermarket-esque thing.
Okay.
And like their mascot is Buc-ee, and like it's a southern thing, but like there's a whole like Buc-ee conglomerate franchise. Like they have their own brand of everything.
It sounds like fun.
It is. It's like it's a tremendous store, but it's only in the South, and they have like Buc-ee onesies.
Buc-ee onesies.
Yeah, like a little.
I like it of all the apparel, all the merch.
I didn't buy it.
The Buc-ee
it's the
onesie.
first thing you see when you walk in.
Is it an adult onesie?
Yeah, it's like the first thing you see when you walk in. They have
weird.
clothes before you get to like the food and the drinks. You just walk through like a clothing section, but it's like the South, so it's like like Buckmaster hats or whatever like that, and like a lot of
Buckmaster.
Yeah, and like Top Gun pattern.
Buckmaster.
Top Gun pattern shirts. That was awesome, Rob.
It's getting there. It's turning into a tattoo.
I hope so, because I'm gonna take a nap anyway.
Take a nappy nap. Take a nappy poo.
No, I'm not gonna take a nap. We have to film stuff.
Usually I'm so much quicker, but I feel like today.
Because we're talking, you're doing a lot of different things. Chris has got a fucking camera that's almost all the way up your nose. It's great.
I hate that. Why would you do that?
Because he wants you to look good.
Oh. He's over there. For the people back home, they can't see, but he's literally filming me on a it looks like the camera that you'd film sharks during Shark Week with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like the camera.
Underwater.
Yeah, it's like the camera they used when they wanted to like map the Titanic.
I'm Dr. Robert Ballard here on the Titanic.
I'll probably watch a Titanic documentary when I get home. When I get home at night, I always watch something bizarre and then knock. If it's like midnight, I'll end up watching some bizarre.
I like how you're pretending that you're going to watch anything other than some weird ass porn.
I'm not going to watch weird. I did that this morning.
You watch some weird ass porn?
I always watch weird ass porn. Like it has to be totally bananas to get myself up at this point.
Yeah,
I can't watch regular porn. Like,
I feel like when
regular porn. Like oh my god,
is that some
I
kind
might
of
as well
weird...
jerk off to fucking Kathy in the City, the fucking comic strip. That's a
Kathy, remember?
Og, yeah.
Would you fuck Kathy?
Would you fuck it? No.
No.
I don't know. If I had, I mean, if you
didn't fuck an old newspaper comic strip.
Blondie's wife.
Blondie's
wife was hot.
No, wait, Blondie is the woman, right?
No, Blondie is it? No, Blondie was the.
Blondie is the wife.
I want to fuck Blondie. Like,
yeah, you know what?
That also plays in the fact that I want to fuck Debbie Harry too.
That's wow. Debbie Harry.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fuck olive oil? What's yours?
Oil? Oh man,
you do look like Bluto.
All the cartoon comic strip chicks.
Like out from the old school one.
I don't know. I mean, shit.
Alice the Goon.
Does Wilma Flintstone count?
Yes, Wilma Flintstone counts.
Flintstone?
We'll throw some Hanna-Barbera pussy in there. It'll be fine.
That's a really weird one because I don't have one. I don't have. I guess I'm
a Betty Rubble man myself.
I feel like Betty was probably better.
Betty had
You know what I mean?
the sexy bob. We're gonna
Yeah, I feel like you know what though, because I feel like weirdly enough, like both of those two right there, they definitely like married
like
down,
lesed out a little
right?
bit. No,
Like,
oh well, yeah, of
when
course.
you look
That
at them, right? They're both some like prehistoric, like piece of ass, right?
Well,
they both got.
Fred had a good job.
Yeah, Fred had a good job, but look at him. He and then
Nah, he's a little schlubby. Because Betty and Wilma were like hot.
right, and Barney and Fred are a bunch of oafs.
Schmucks, yeah. Well, I mean, that was. I guess that's how people married back then.
What was that? What it was? I mean, you just like.
Let me look at you and your wife. You're an
Yeah,
oaf.
that's true. I'm terrible, right?
Yeah, but you're very Fred Flintstone-esque in a lot of ways.
Where's my steak and eggs, Diana? Like, just go in the house like
Steak
that.
and eggs?
Yeah, well, what do you eat? If you're a man, like that's a man meal right there.
Yeah, but that's breakfast.
What are you gonna? Come on, what the fuck are you gonna do? Where's my flan? Like, what are you gonna do?
Flan?
I
Why
don't
do we
know.
make with a Mexican cake? Like, what's happening?
No, it's Mexican pudding.
Where's my? I like
No,
flan.
I'm trying to
I'm a
think of
flan man. I used to have a babysitter. She used to bring flan over all the time.
Did you really?
No, I'm talking. This
I
is
feel like
you.
You could have had a babysitter that brought the flan over.
This is your Mexican au pair that I didn't know about.
Au pair.
Yeah.
The fact that you said au pair right now just made me
Means
feel
I'm from the
comfortable.
Hamptons.
No, definitely.
This is the
Dakota's-
Freeform show.
This Dakota is so fucking good that we need to divide it in half. We need to have two Dakotas.
Isn't that
So
where
I
the?
could-
Isn't that where the Rushmore is? Isn't that Mount Rushmore is in one of the
Louis
Dakotas?
Rushmore? With Bill Murray?
Stop. Stay on subject, Rob.
Oh.
South Dakota's got the. Is that Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Is that it considered one of the wonders of the world?
Not to the Indians. The Indians thought the mountain.
No.
The Indians were like, this mountain is pretty wonderful. And then white people were
That's
like,
what I was gonna say.
nah, fuck that. That mountain's gonna look
Blow it
like
up. Put faces in it.
that right there. That's stalactites, George Washington's dick. That's what I'm making.
They meant to make it. They meant to make it full naked bodies of them, and they never finished it because it took too long.
It just George Washington.
This would be perfect for Lincoln's cock. I tell you what.
Lincoln's log. in
Lincoln's
fact.
log.
That's gonna be a new.
Holy Christ!
It's gonna be my new.
I'm gonna get so much Taco Bell after
Lincoln's Log by Rob White. I tell the whole story about how his dick was enormous.
this. Lincoln. Well, that's what
Do
Lincoln.
you
Log-
like him? Do you like that guy?
Lincoln?
Yeah, you like him.
I don't know enough about him to say. I don't know. Like
He just looks like
I read the book Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I don't think that's an accurate description of his
Yeah,
life.
I
though.
feel like that kind of does a disservice to the whole the whole Civil War. They're like, oh, the Civil War, it was about vampires.
It was.
Oh, it was.
about vampires trying to.
It was
Yeah.
about vampires. Well, I'm glad there's no more Civil War veterans alive to see this shit. They'd be like, we fought for what? God damn it!
I don't know. It's a fun book.
I feel like it was actually a really good book, though. It was a really.
Was it you that was talking to me about this?
I probably because
Did you read it?
I did read it.
You were
was a
reading
good
Twilight
book.
after that, or
No, I didn't read Twilight. Twilight. Glow in the dark vampires. I don't like that.
they're shiny vampires?
I hate that though. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's awful.
Shiny vampires. If like a shiny vampire came
Shiny
in.
vampires.
That sounds like an Elton John song.
Yeah, it could be. But if it was an Elton John song, it would be so good.
We could like not talk too, like that. If you just we just cut past it.
I just tattoo like this and just look away.
Looks like Slimer came on my arm though.
Oh, if Slimer came on your arm, that would be. I feel like that probably does that porn exist?
It does. Yeah, it's called.
you think
It's called. What? No, it is. What is it called? It's like Goo Busters or something like that. It's it's something. Yeah, it's something like that. I've watched it. Yeah, because the bad guy's not Gozer, it's Goozer.
We just find you like a normal girl somewhere that could just fix you.
I don't
Just
know.
fix you up. Like I don't know.
Don't
you
pre-
know what? I would take this opportunity right now where all these cameras are on you, they're catching all your angles. You could just do like a quick
Yeah, with
dating
my-
video.
With my fucking
Remember like those 80s
my cum
dating
catcher on
videos?
my face. Hi.
You know.
Is this the anything goes section of Match.com? I have low standards. And even lower morale.
We should start. Oh, check us out. Here's what we'll do. We'll start our own hipster dating network, right? We can do this.
Am I a hipster?
No, check it out. No, we're gonna. Do
No.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because you're still like in that millennial thing, so you can
am.
relate to them a little bit more. And I tattoo, so hipsters love tattoos.
Aren't you a millennial
But
too?
we'll start our own dating thing, but it's all VHS.
It's just
It's
like
all-
the old days?
Yeah, man. You know, I swear, right now, there's some girl in fucking Williamsburg with a pair of brown corduroys on. She just came in her pants when she heard about that.
There's like, if you go on YouTube, you can find old tapes of that shit.
Old video.
Yeah, you can find, because it's like considered public domain or whatever the fuck. But like you can find old like Hi, some dude with a mustache like this, but like not like a mullet, you know, and like this the cardigan sweater with like that, and just like, my name's Randy. I'll tell you right now. Here's the thing I like to do. I like to take you out for a nice dinner, then we'll go on the beach. I'll turn on some music and we can slow dance as the moon starts to set, or whatever the fuck. Like it's
I
all
like the or whatever the fuck. That was your dating profile right there.
No, it
I want
wasn't.
you to look in the camera and just instead of saying Randy.
Do you like?
Say Joe, because Randy was literally like, that's a terrible name.
It's what it is. It's like Randy. Hi, I'm Cliff.
Randy.
I'm Cliff.
That's my dad's name. Why are you talking about my dad?
I'm Cliff. Do you like to eat at TGI Fridays every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? You should be my girlfriend.
I was with you.
Hi, my name's Joe. Do you think that the Olive Garden is high class? Then you're the girl for me.
The Olive.
I'll eat breadsticks out of your pussy.
I'll eat breadsticks out of your pussy. That literally should be the commercial for the Olive Garden.
If this podcast doesn't get me a girlfriend, I don't know what.
I'll eat the breadsticks out of your pussy.
I'll eat the breadsticks out of your pussy. I'll eat the soup out of your butthole.
That should be how you end your show from now on. Like, I'm Joe Winchell.
I'll eat breadsticks out of your pussy.
Till next time. Keep that vagina.
This is my pickup line from now on. Where I'm just like, hi, my name's Joe. I like to eat breadsticks out of your pussy.
But sign off on the
Like
show.
Walter Cronkite used to be, and that's the way it was. For me, it's like, until next week, I'm Joe Winchell. This is Millennial Stoner, and I'll eat the breadsticks out of your pussy.
Like who was the guy? Bob Saget with America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, yeah.
Where he would end it like
Who's
that.
the guy?
Who's the guy? You know. And he'd be like, whatever, and then he would just like, thanks, honey, I'm coming home, and keep that.
Come tell the kids I love them.
Keep
Good
those-
night. What was the Edward R. Murrow's the good night and good luck. So mine's gonna be I'll eat the breadsticks out of your pussy.
Night and go fuck your mother.
That's you went so Scottish on that.
Fuck your mother. Like I don't even know what that is. Like old Welsh sailor voice.
Ugh.
We're almost there.
I know.
Okay, we're getting
I
there.
know. I'm not. I'm
just
I'm in,
bleeding along.
This is actually like I tell you right now. This
looking
is
cool.
because this one took a lot long. This one took a really long time because of the amount of color and the dark color and all the shading and shit.
Dark.
I gotta get the fire fixed on this one.
The fire.
Superman.
Was there color in there?
Superman took. Well, it's just all dark and it's all shading.
Oh, I was gonna
Superman
say.
took a while because of the shading. But yeah, I'm glad that you're finally taking the initiative and wanting to do something because.
It's cool. I thought about this for a while, and I was
Is this like an idea you've had for a very long time?
well, it's something I've had literally since when I first did comedy, but the technology then didn't work. I wanted to do this back in like 2005,
Ah, ahead of your time.
but the
You
problem
would have been
was
pre-Miami Ink.
well, it was YouTube videos were out then, so I was like, oh my god, we can absolutely do this with
That's
YouTube
like
videos.
YouTube when it was just like
Yeah.
10 videos.
But the problem was
10 or something like that.
I even tried to record it. I would record like funny videos in the shop, but as soon as I got to a point where we tried to record actual,
Like content.
like with tattooing, the tattoo machines are all coil-based tattoo
Yeah,
machines,
yeah.
which, like I showed earlier, I still love the coil.
You'd have to heavily edit the audio on it.
I mean,
yeah.
this is like, people that know me are like, Rob's using a fucking rotary machine. Like, what has the world gone mad? Like, I never use these. And they work, they're fine, but it's sort of like, you know what? It's like driving a Prius. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No.
No, but go ahead.
But you kind of would rather have a muscle car. You know what I mean? This thing is like,
Yeah, I get it.
this thing's like running on
I'd rather have something.
like my other tattoo machine is like right, and this thing sounds like it literally sounds like it runs on self-esteem. You know what I mean? Like it should be like it's like yeah. You know the sirens that the cop cars make in Britain? You know how they're like be-doo, be-doo, dee-doo.
Yeah.
That's this
I was
right
like,
now.
I was like picturing it in my head. Like,
Where our cop cars are more like, wah, 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 wah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, our cop cars are like, we're going to fucking murder you, you know? Like, because they are. They're going to murder you. Our cop cars.
That should be the opening of the episode. They are. They're gonna murder you. They're gonna murder you.
It's weird. I don't know.
Black duck tattoo.
Can't believe these cops are beating the shit out of me. Well, didn't you hear the song? Their favorite song was siren going off. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, of course. They showed up playing metal. The British
the opening chords to Cowboys from Hell? What the fuck is that? Is that the police?
A British cop car pulls up and says, "Bee-doo-dee-doo-doo," and they're like, everybody,
Is that a Family Guy joke?
What seems to be the problem? Hey, it looks like we got ourselves a situation, but we do. And like our cops just get out of the car and they're like, "Get on the fucking ground, put your hands behind your head, you piece of shit!" Like that's why, because our siren is
I think it's Family Guy that makes the joke where it's like any European country's police sounds like two gay guys making noises on top of the car, like, or something like that. Huh, he, or something like I can't remember.
It's cute, right?
It's cute.
Adorable. They show up there. All right, here comes old Bill. What are you going to do?
There's kind of a disturbance here. I see.
Here comes with the cops in the what the hell do they call that area? They call themselves Scouse in that one little area of
Scouse. I don't know
yeah,
what that
it's
is.
this one little area of by Liverpool in England. They don't call themselves like British or English. They're Scouse.
Is that like pikey? Is that like
No. They're like regular
Like the
people.
gypsy people?
They're not like it's not like another culture, but they call themselves Scouts. They won't call themselves like English, and they call the cops the busy.
is that like copper? Is it the what are they called? The busy?
The busy because they don't.
Because
have-
copper comes from the badges, the tin badges, or the copper badges they used to
My
have.
friend Lauren lives over there, and her.
That didn't answer
her
my question, Rob.
boyfriend is from there, and he says because they don't know how to mind their own fucking
Fucking
business.
business.
They don't know how to mind their own business. They're in everyone's fucking business all the time. It's fucking. But what if they're a lot older?
But I really want to have a threesome with AOC and what's that Bobert crazy bitch too?
Bo Burnham? What?
No,
Oh.
Bobert, whatever her fucking name is. I want to have a threesome with
Bobert?
her and AOC. But like, do it like. You ever seen those porns of like when like they get like a skinhead girl to have sex with a Jewish guy? I want to like blindfold them, not tell them who they're having sex with. And then they was like, "Oh my God, it's a Democrat! Oh my God, it's a Republican!"
I feel like that might be rape. Like, hey, guess who you're.
No, it's totally on the up and up. It's totally on the up and up.
Guess who you're having sex with? Not who you thought. It's like we have a new wacky prank video. It's like you think it's gonna
That's
be
a real
one
thing.
thing.
They get like a Nazi girl to have sex with a Jewish guy. I think they blindfold her. I can't remember.
Oh, that's just weird though. That's it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not real though.
There's all those other videos of like, there's the other one of like the guys. It's like the bang bus, and like they get the girl. They think it's a girl, and then like they like blindfold them, and then like a guy blows them instead. Never seen this. It's so funny. You've seen it, right? Yeah.
I feel like I'm upset about this.
Well, you want to watch some with me?
No, I hate I hate all that.
No, it's a real thing. You can look it up.
Oh no, I won't.
I'll send it to you. Hold on.
I wish you wouldn't. Nobody should have to do that.
Hold on. Let's see here. Payforgay.com. No.
Pay for a gay.
There's all kind of wackadoo porn out there.
Wackadoo.
Yeah.
Wackadoo. So you chide me with my.
I'm not chiding you. I
linguistic
like your
speaks.
linguistics.
And then you say wackadoo.
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 I like cuckoo bananas. That's another one I like.
Cuckoo bananas?
I describe people as cuckoo bananas that are crazy. I see Diana's like looking at it like, is he fucking it up right now? I thought you were like observing the tattoo.
Fucking good.
No, it looks great. I love you. You're
Almost
such a...
there. I had little spots and stuff and things.
Ah! No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
The noises you make when you're like, ooh, oh.
Yeah, I should make like race cars, just like.
Oh, he's shifting gears. Holy shit. This is how you tattoo it. Be like, how's this style? It's really good. It's just, what? He likes to make car noises. Well, like just a little bit? No, like the whole time.
Almost there. I just need to clean up a little line or two and
Oh my God,
some
that
of
looks
the
cool as
things.
shit.
And then it's gonna be on you for fucking ever.
Nah, I can...
Damn. Did it hurt at all too?
Like, it didn't feel great. But like, I wasn't like, oh, this feels so good. But it's the same thing before. It doesn't hurt any worse from when I got like this or this. It doesn't, I don't know, it just kind of all feels the same. It just, it's weird because it vibrates, so it doesn't like necessarily feel painful, but like it's like getting pinched just over and over again, really
Like
quickly.
getting pinched over and over again. Yeah, it feels like what did somebody say? Like wet fire.
That sounds
Fire.
awful. Like, if fire was wet. I guess so, yeah.
Fire was wet.
Wet Fire. That should be your stage name. He is Wet Fire.
Wet fire.
You know, Kenny Powers was the White Flame.
Oh, so...
You're the
You
Wet
remember
Fire.
that Eastbound Down? He was
Dude,
so
I've
good.
been rewatching that show. It's like I think it's the best show ever made. I have a Kenny Powers jersey.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That's fucking great.
Myrtle Beach Merman, baby.
I just thought that guy was really funny.
A lot of people say it's one note, but I'm like, yeah, but it works. Who gives a shit?
What do you mean one note?
This kind of does the whole like, hey, party, jet ski.
Yeah.
But I like that stuff, so it doesn't matter.
It's a little bit much, but no, I think it's good. I think I like the way that show was done.
Eastbound and Down? Love Eastbound.
Yeah,
Rewatch it.
it
It's
was cool.
hilarious.
It was cool, people.
Doing touch-ups? No, I mean a little bit. I just see that thing real quick. Has anybody ever thrown up in the chair?
Throw up my mouth.
Has anybody ever thrown up while you're tattooing them?
God, you have no idea. I've had people shit.
It's your show. You should tell people about this.
I've had people like
You
shit,
had someone pass out.
piss their pants, vomit, you know, the whole gamut. Yeah, you name it, it's happened.
No shit.
It's fucking weird, you know. And then they fall asleep sometimes, and you just, you know, you have to wake them up. Like, wake the fuck up.
Pay me.
Wake up. Oh yeah, I think we are in. I think we have. Is this video on? Alright, goes from this angle. We'll pull it down and get a closer shot. But yes, I think we are all in. It's strange. It makes me feel like I'm missing something because he's yellow, but his face is not yellow. Because
No, he's got clown
he has
paint
the clown
on,
paint.
yes.
So I keep looking at it and going like, I'm supposed to call that.
This
yellow.
ain't makeup. I don't know. That's one of the lines.
Are you okay?
Anyway.
Did you have a seizure?
Yep. I'm not funny.
Wait till the
I'm gonna
end.
quit comedy tomorrow, probably.
Listen, it's not for everybody, Sean. I'm just saying. It's, you know, what? Nah, you're too good for this shit. You know who should quit comedy?
Who?
Just like that looking into the.
I was like, I wanted to see if I'm like, I was thinking of a name, and if you were gonna say it, I'm like, I wonder if it's gonna be the same name I'm thinking of right now. We'll talk about it off camera.
You know,
I can name 5 people that I want
It'd
to
be
quit
funny
comedy.
if we should just name them, but then bleep them out, and then people would be so upset. They'd be like, "What?"
It means nothing to anybody watching this. It means nothing to you, but it's basically like these 5 people. Anyway, like,
Get rid of these. Get rid of these 5, and then we would have a much better system.
that looks so cool,
Clean
Rob.
it
Thank
down
you.
one more time. All the colors will pop a little more because it's weird using that that gray tone inside like the face. It's like a weird lighter gray. You don't want to do it solid like a cartoon character.
No, but like you did the
You know,
shading
like
of it. So
highlight
I just
and
wanted
stuff
it to
where it's more
fit. I just
traditional
wanted it to
style.
fit with the rest of the
Yeah,
themes.
no,
and
it still
everything.
keeps that
wanna
like
come in
traditional style of.
Good job,
I
man.
just keep wiping it with the paper towel because it feels so good. I wet the towel though, so when people at home are like, "Yeah, it looks like it hurts." Well.